Hello everyone, and thanks for stopping by to Scrap and Craft with Terry. Today we're going to do a project that was inspired by Septeria 18. She does such pretty work. I've followed her for years and thought I would just try to do one of her projects. And they're just folded paper strip embellishments, and you can use them as toppers for your pages, or the longer ones you could use for tucks. Let's just see here. You can add them to tags. So it would be like cute tag toppers. And you could add them like to the top of your page if you just wanted a fancy embellishment at the top. And if the way you glue them down, you could have a little tuck spot underneath it. So it could kind of hold, maybe not a great big tag, but you could make a tuck spot underneath it. You could put it towards the bottom of your page as long as your thing didn't go over, and you could do little tuck spots there. Could make little mini belly bands. You can make them any length that you'd like. I kind of am doing mine a little bit different lengths. She said most of hers was like a 6-inch by an inch, and then you cut a little narrow piece to go in the center. So these are two that I made up just to show you something. You have a little mini pocket on here with a little mini tag. And then I added gems to mine. And she used like the jump rings for jewelry. My jump rings was too big, so I just used these bull pins, or whatever they're called, bull pins. So I had different color ones, so I tried to match them as much as I could to what I had. And then I just put a little piece of lace on, put a little word or a little saying. So we're going to get started. It was a fun little project. They're just really cute. Now this one, I have, when I did the hearts, you make them so they're a little bit stronger. So I just cut 2 pieces of paper, did like a little, like the boxes that your crackers or that come in, just use that in the center. And that just makes them a little bit stronger. And let me see. These are the 2 heart punches that I used. I don't know what size they are because my punches don't have sizes on them. So it was these 2 punches. I think you can see them there. And the sizes go together good. So that gave me my 2 sizes that I needed. And then for the little pocket that I'm going to make, I just left one so I could show you. She did a 1.5-inch circle. She said you want to do at least that, and mine is a 2-inch circle. So that's what I cut. And if you don't have a circle punch, just draw around something to make your circle and cut it out. And then this little strip in the center, doesn't matter how long you make this, make it about 1 inch wide, unless you want them wider. You can make them wider. Then you would make this strip here just to kind of go with your size, and this is about 1/2 inch wide. Then I just backed my little word on a piece of, not cardstock, but a little bit heavier weight copy paper. Just did my little card out of leftover paper that I had from a different project. So all you do, and let me see, this one here is just over 6 inches long. So you just take your paper, and you can make your folds however wide you want them, however narrow you want them. You can fold them all in one direction. You can fold them back towards each other. The closer together that you fold them, or the smaller that your folds are, the longer your base will be. And this one is just going to be a shorter one. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it like that. So let's see. This one will be about, this one looks almost shorter than the first one that I made. It's about almost, it's about 3 1/4 inches long finished. So you just, now you just use your glue to glue them. If you wanted staples all through it, you could just go through and staple each one, and then that would also hold the back. Or you can just, you're going to glue this strip across, but you actually want something to hold this down. Now the back you can just glue, or you can put another strip back there. I just glue them, and I use my Fabri-Tac because it's just a little bit of heavier of a glue. And you just have to hold it down for a second just to get them to sit where they belong. I was going to have this video up yesterday, but we was kind of busy, and then we had company, and it was just a good relaxed day. Have to have relaxed days also. So then I just go across the back, just glue my little flaps down. Doesn't take a whole lot of glue. And then we'll just let these sit for a second just to kind of adhere. I should have my non-stick pad out here though, so I don't get glue all over my board. I have glue strings now. And then we're just going to cut our little fish tails into our ends. This can be considered a scrap buster or a mass make, because you can just use scraps. Just keep all of your little scrap strips. Good way to use them up. This is just all regular scrapbook paper that I'm using. You can use anything that you want. Digitals. You can make them bright and fancy. You can make them dull and grungy. And then we're going to take our little narrow strip. Now I leave mine a little bit longer to hang over the edge. You can have them closer or however long you want. I like the little one to hang out a little bit over. And then I just cut it off. And the measurement doesn't matter because it's like your preference. So then I'm just going to put a little glue down the center. And I like to just even mine up with the center of that little fish tail. I think I'm in the camera shot. I should probably move up a little. I like to bring it down here close to me so I can see. And if you like my video today, I just ask that check out my other videos. Okay, now we're going to cut these into the same shape. And if you make them a little bit longer and you find, well, that's just too long, I don't like that, just trim it off and recut it again. Okay. And I don't think there's a right way and a wrong way. The flowers are going upside down and sideways. Now we're going to make our little envelope that goes on here. So I want this on the outside. So all you do is cut your circle. I'm sure most of you know how to make these. Just fold your side in a little bit. Then try to fold your other side in about the same amount. Try to make them even. And if you fold these and you find that it's too big, just before you glue it, try it. And then if it's too big, just unfold it and refold it. This music book was from 1978. And I think I'm going to have to refold this one because I think it's a little too big. No. I think it looks good. Yep, I think it'll look just fine. Now, as you're doing this stuff, if you want to ink anything, you can. I didn't ink anything. She didn't ink anything. But you can. And you just glue on this little tiny flap. You don't want to put too much on because you'll close your envelope. And then when I figured the size of my little tag that went in, I just tried the width of one of these strips and it worked good, so I just used that size. What did I say? The 1 inch wide. And then in top, I just used this crochet thread. It's a heavier crochet thread, and that's what I tied in my tags. Now before I glue that on, got some glue going on in the back. I don't think I have my glue eraser in here. Before I glue that on, I'm just going to set it there. Set my word here, figure out, and my word, I like to put on the strip. One of the first ones I did, I had it down lower, and then I didn't think it looked right. So I like to put it on the strip. It just evens it out some. Now I want to see how many gems I want. And this one is a little shorter. I always like to do an odd number. I don't like to do even numbers. If I do 3 there, and I can always put this under the, I can put that on there. I'll just do 3 on each end. So you can position your word in your little pocket however best suits what you're doing. Just as long as you can see your word. I'm going to close this down a little bit so I don't have glue spurting all over the place. And just put my gems down there. I just think the gems look cute. I didn't put any up there. Well, I guess I better glue that down if I'm going to put any gems on it, huh? I won't be able to pick it back up. So I'll just slide that part of it under, and that'll give me enough room for my gems. There we go. And I'm going to go over to this side and do my gems before I do my pocket. And I like to try to get my gems in the center of the little tails. That could just be me being picky, but I think it looks good like that. And then I'm just going to glue my pocket on. It doesn't take long at all. See, my peppermint twist is on the back. I didn't even get it in the front. That's okay. It doesn't take long at all to make these, especially if your strips are already cut out. All you have to do is cut them to the sizes that you want. And then it goes real fast. So there's my little pocket, my little tag. Now when I also got out sequins, different colored sequins, and put on my little ball pins, they're pins, to give it a little glitz. The holes for my hearts, you have to be careful because once you bend them, then you got to re-glue them. But you can use the little pokey tool or the awl. And I also used my smallest hole punch, and that worked well too. Then all you do is just make a little tiny hole in your paper. Well, that's bigger than tiny, but I have the head of it going in there too. And then you just stick this in. And then that can fit right down in my hole, and it lets it dangle. And then I just, where did I put my lace now? I'm just going to tie a little piece of lace and put on there. Now you don't have to put lace on it. It's like completely whatever you want to do. I tried to tie them through this and it didn't hang right. I didn't like it at all. So I thought it was easier just to take a little bit of lace, just tie it once into a knot. And I just turn it just to try to make them a little even, and then I just glue it right up there. So we're just going to cut it off about here. You can make them however long or however short you think you might want them. That was about 1.5. Now that's probably shorter. There, we fixed it. So then I'm just going to put a little glue on here. I'm just using my Fabri-Tac because I think it holds better than the art glitter glue. And you just want your word to, or your phrase to show. And there's that one. So I think them are pretty. So we're just going to do these. I already have my dangles on here. This one is almost 8 inches, so this one will be a little bit longer. And I think I'm just going to fold this one all in the same direction. I'm not going to make them too wide because I would like this one to be a little bit longer. And then we'll just fold that over a little and I'll have that end. So it's not going to be too much longer. Let me see. Let me refold this. Let me try just to fold them out a little bit. And see, you can just mess with them a little bit. Once you get going, see if you can, you know, if you don't like your fold, because I would like this one a little longer. That's not as long as that one, but it's a little longer, so I'll do it this way. And I'll just go through and glue my folds. Once you get your center strip on and your other embellishments, you're not going to know that you refolded it. And they can be straight, they can be like angled. You can do it however you want. Now there's a good gap there, but once you get that on, you're going to have your word in your pocket. You're not even really going to notice the difference. And again, if you don't like the spacing, you can just go back and redo them. I think I'm going to pull this one back just a little tiny bit because I don't like that spacing. And there's glue on it, so I'm good. Okay. And you can cut your tails in however deep or however shallow. Actually depends on where your fold comes down to. So then I'm just going to glue this across here. This piece that I'm using for the center in this one is a little bit lighter weight cardstock, but that doesn't even matter. Cut this back just a little bit. Cut this off a little bit. You can see what it looks like to have them a little bit closer. Okay, now you can have this, that I think I'll have that this way because it kind of goes up and over. Now we'll just get this situated and this situated. And they don't have to be right close together. If you have a longer one, you can space them out. So let me see. I have 5 of these, so I can just do 3 on the first side and 2 on the last. That'll be good. I'll just put these 2 down towards the end. And then we can just have our word over this way farther. And we can have our pocket there. And that looks good also. And this one is going to explore. And now the little pockets look kind of cute if they're angled a little bit. And if you don't like them angled, you can have them straight. So that one turned out cute. So now we're just going to put our little dangle on. I don't think I recut this one. I poked the holes in them the first time and it was kind of tight. So I went through repoking my holes and I thought I did all of them. That should be good. Now if I can pick my sequin up again, we'll be all right. My tummy's just gurgling away. Okay, I had to go off for a minute, but I'm back now. So I got my lace tied while I was off. So I'm just going to poke my hole now for my dangle. And I did a yellow pin to go with my yellow strip, the yellow and the green. It's kind of a greenish yellow actually, but it's cute. So I'm just going to put my glue on, put my lace on there. I think I like the little bit wider lace on there, on that one. So I'm going to leave that like that. Now while I was off, I went ahead and folded these other ones so they would be done. Because you already seen how I folded them. So I'm going to just go ahead and cut my tails. And this one has a little bit of a curve to it also. Almost looks like a little snaky. So I'm going to leave it that way. Now let's see. This paper here is kind of dimensional. I like it better this way. And look, I have that cut right to about the right size. Probably couldn't have done that one if I tried. I think that was just a little strip that was left over. So we'll just glue that on there. Now see, it kind of folds, so my paper is not actually going to go down there the way I want it. So I might just have to tear it a little bit and see if that looks funny. I don't know if I like that. Let me put this half on. If it doesn't look right, I'll take it off and make another strip. And we'll put that on. And I don't really even think you can tell. I think that'll be okay. Now on this one, I didn't make a pocket. I figured I would just do another little way to make an embellishment on it. I have, there it goes. Thought it was glued down. I just made these little flowers with my flower punch. And I kind of highlighted them a little bit with ink. So now I don't know. I don't know if that flower is going to be big enough all by itself. Because this is a longer strip. You know what? I could do this. And that would also cover up that spot. I like that. We'll do that. So we'll put the, I had already had the pocket made in midstream. I thought about the flower. Well, that works well. So you can add whatever embellishment you want. You're not just stuck at doing two. You can put whatever you want on them. All right, so first off, I'm going to glue this flower in place, and I know where it goes. And let's see. This is my little flower punch that I used. Love this thing. Makes such cute flowers. So it's just 2 layers. And of course I had to put a gem on it. So I can put this on this side. Put this on this side. And let's see how many gems we want. I think we're good for 3 on both sides. So I'll put my gems down. I hope everyone is enjoying the video. Let me know down in the comments what you think. You can do these and you can make them your own. That's what I did. I did some of what she had, and then I just did my own thing. And that's what makes it your own. I like doing that. Everybody gets to feed off of everybody's ideas. And then my little tag has also just a little bit of a grayish blue color to it. And then I'm just going to slide that underneath the flower a little bit. And this one says make art. Probably could have had this flower over a little tiny bit more in the center. There, that's good. All right, now we'll just do our little dangle. Have glue strings, and I already tied my lace, so I'm just going to glue that on there. And I think that's cute. So I'll just let that lay down there and let it. All right, this is my last one. We'll let that one dry. And this one will go fast. Hope you're sticking around till the end of the video. So I did the same thing. I folded this one while I was off camera. Because of course you already seen me fold them. And each one that you do takes on its own personality and looks a little different. I think we're going to leave this one a little longer again. Let me just trim that end off. Yeah, I think it goes like this. Okay. So this one says fanciful. Now these gems here are a little bit bigger. We're going to put 3 down there on that end. Has glue on the back, but I want to glue them down because I don't trust the glue. We'll move this a little closer there. See if we can fit 3 down here. Yes, we can. Them like that. Just bring that down there a little bit. Okay, poke our little hole. So see, it does go by fast when you're just assembling them. So you just get everything ready in advance. And you can just go right to town on them. So that dangles pretty. Glue our lace on here. This video took just a little tiny bit longer than what I thought it was going to, but what are you gonna do? Okay, so there's that one. All right. So let me move this out of the way. Get rid of my little pieces of paper. And we'll just bring them all back out here. So there we go. What do you think of my video today? Hope everybody liked it. Check out Septeria 18's channel. She makes such pretty things. And until our next video, hope everyone enjoys themselves and happy crafting. Bye for now.